some other news recirculating today on the rumor mill is that Conor McGregor could potentially fight for the 165-pound title. Hey, if you can't get McGregor a title fight, you know what you do? You just create a new division. And then everyone shuts the heck up. You just create a new division. You got to love it, man. And this has been the talk for years. And I know some of y'all are thinking, oh, they've talked about this. It's not happening. The UFC is known for saying something's not going to happen, and then it happens. And then sometimes they tell you the flat out truth and you don't believe it, and you find out later, okay, the UFC wasn't lying. And when I say the UFC, I'm often talking about Dana White, because that's the kind of the voice of the UFC, especially, almost always, and especially in the press conferences. So, anything is possible. They didn't allow Henry Cejudo to fight for the title. They want McGregor to be the first 3-belt champion. And if you're going to do it, forget Michael Chandler. Let's do it at the Sphere at UFC 306 with Nate Diaz. There's a reason that the fight with Michael Chandler never happened. And probably will never happen. Because the UFC knows that McGregor versus Nate Diaz will make everybody, the naysayers and all that, just be quiet. Because regardless if these guys are at the top of their game anymore or not, which they're clearly not, I hate to say that about McGregor. I mean, he's still got time, but he's 35, and we've seen guys that are 35, they start to go downhill. Now, McGregor hasn't fought that much in the last 3 or 4 years, so he's certainly well rested. He had to rehab the leg injury, right, and all that. But it's hard to say that he's at the top of his game. But listen, a fight with Nate Diaz, anything can happen. It's an opponent that he's familiar with. It's not one of these new young pups like Michael Chandler or, and Dustin Poirier is not young, but he's just been consistent. That's why he dominated McGregor, because Poirier never stopped fighting. McGregor did. So Poirier had a major advantage and exploited it, took advantage of it, and his game just continued to improve and evolve between the first and second fight. And who knows what would have happened in that third fight. I still say McGregor had a chance to win that thing. He got through the first round and didn't look bad, and then boom, you get the injury. So, it is what it is. But you create a new division, you put Nate Diaz and McGregor up at the top. One of them wins the belt, and then they probably lose it in quick fashion as other guys start to rush into the division, if that's what were to happen. And if you do that, then you get rid of the 170 or just make that 175, right? Just keep everyone in that division ranked where they are, move it to 175, keep Leon Edwards as the champ, and then go about your business. But people would flood into the 165-pound division, including some lightweights, maybe Islam Makhachev. There'll be some welterweights that are like, hey, I could go down another 5 pounds. And you do it like that. So people were saying, oh, no, this is not going to happen. It's very possible that it could happen. You just move the welterweight up 5 pounds and still call it welterweight and leave Leon Edwards as a champ. Everyone rank what they're at. And you make a new division, which needs to happen because this is such, the majority of fighters, which is why the lightweight division and the welterweight is so popular, middleweight too, is the majority of fighters are between 155 and 185. So why not have a fourth division, right? There shouldn't be a 15, it shouldn't be a guy that's really like a 165-pound guy contemplating, should I drop 10 pounds and really squeeze down and hurt my body to fight and to have a chance to win, or should I go just put on some muscle and go up? Like, they should just be able to stay right there. And then other guys at 175 can go down to 165 potentially, or go up to 185. It's very doable. Right now, it's very hard to do. It would be nearly impossible to do to win lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, just because of the 30-pound difference. So that will be a welcome addition to the UFC. And we know that Diaz and McGregor wouldn't hold the belt long, but man, it will be awesome to see those two kick off the division. I'm all in on that. Even though we know there's 20 other fighters that are more worthy to fight for that belt. But let those two kick it off, right? The first ever title fight at this weight class. It'll be legendary 10 years from now. And it might be one of the most popular divisions in the future. Since lightweight is very popular and welterweight is very popular, you're going to have 3 divisions now that are super popular as opposed to 2. So I can see it happen. I don't care if whoever's saying, Chael Sonnen, whoever, even Dana White saying, no, it's all rumors, it's not going to happen. And maybe it is rumors. Maybe it is rumors. And I usually, when Dana White says something, like, okay, he's giving us a little nugget here. But at the end of the day, money is the motive. And you got a lot of fighters signed between 155 and 170, including some that are like 18-2 or better and not even ranked. You need a third division. You just need a third division. And then it's going to be like a battle to see who's going to pour into that division to try to win the belt, because everyone knows it's a little easier when the division's first created than once it starts to get tied down and bogged down with depth. Then it's harder to climb the ranks and get people to fight you. At first, everyone's going to pour into the division. Rankings are going to be changing a lot. And, you're going to have guys ranked in 2 different divisions, but eventually it'll even out. Eventually you won't have many guys ranked in both divisions. It'll solidify itself as one of the best divisions in the UFC. And that's why when I look at it from that angle, I say, hey, it's very possible that the UFC goes this route. I mean, it's very, very possible that the UFC goes this route.
He's gon' fight, wait, he's gon' fight, wait, hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fighter call, UFC at its height, yeah. Bringing that thunder with all his might, saying step up, wanna fight, hold up, think twice, gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon, walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded, wake up, hey, where you at, hey, got hit in the head with a baseball bat.